You might end up doing stuff. We're recording. All right, we're good. Yeah, you might end up doing stuff really late at night. Last night I was up working till like 2 a.m. It's Super Bowl week here in Tampa, so there's a lot going on. I'm actually presenting, I'm moderating an event here in Tampa, a Super Bowl event that's in the esports world. We got somebody else coming in. Come on down, Clinton. I've never had a chance to actually say that, so I felt really good. I know you guys probably think I'm corny, but welcome everybody. So I'm actually presenting here today around 5 p.m., 5:45 p.m. But I was like, and I kind of was using that as an excuse. I was like, it's cutting it kind of close, and it's a lot going on this week with the Super Bowl. But I was like, you know what? I just want to connect with you guys that want to get on here. So my goals today are, we're going to go through some welcome stuff. Actually, let me grab my pad. We're going to go through just some general welcome stuff. And then we're going to get into some introductions. I kind of want to go around the horn here and just let everybody give a small blurb, who you are, where you're from, and your why. I want to know why you're here. I want you to start getting comfortable saying why you are here and what you are going to accomplish. Notice the words that we're saying, not trying, not might, what you are going to accomplish. And I want you to start getting used to saying it out loud, which is something that you guys will hear me focus on a lot. I come from that sports space. I'll give a little bit more background on myself again. I played basketball in college. I played basketball professionally all around the world. I've been playing sports since I was 9 years old, football and basketball. So I've had so many times where I did not have this belief in myself. I wasn't the biggest. I'm a big guy now, right? I'm 6'8", I'm 240, but I wasn't always big, and I was always the slow kid that was kind of chubby, and I got made fun of, and I didn't really I had a coach actually refer to me as his word to describe me after a football game was the word timid, and it was fucking detrimental for most of my life. And so I know what it's like to feel like I'm inadequate. I know what it's like to feel like, man, is this thing that I say I want, is it even possible for me? Is it possible for me to earn the right to get this result that I'm looking for? And when I came into business, what I realized was that all of these things that I had learned through sports directly were assets for me in the world of business. Because I felt like no matter what I didn't know, no matter how much experience someone had over me, no matter how new something seemed, I understood that if I was willing to put in the time and effort, that literally anything was possible. So I literally stopped playing basketball, started a company with no experience, and parlayed that into my 5-year plan. Happened in like a year and a half, opened my first of 2 gyms. At that point, I started to feel like I was the smartest person in the room. Everybody's coming to me for answers. They want to know how we grow the business. Other people want my business model. And I was like, I can't do this. I have to get out of here. So I actually just reached out to a company that was trying to leverage me for what I had built inside my gyms. And I said I wanted to get involved in marketing. They were like, oh, yeah, we're trying to do some email stuff. And I was like, oh, I can do that. And they were like, really? And I was like, no, I have no idea. But I'm not afraid to learn, and I'm not afraid to ask questions to solve problems. So much of what we'll talk about here is like, yes, a lot of you guys are coming in and you have no experience, and it does not matter. The only restrictions are going to be the ones that you place on yourself. This course, just going through it, I mean, obviously, we've seen it for a while now, but just going through this course and the upgrades and stuff that Travis has made to it, like, everything is going to be there for you. The homework is organized. The notes from the calls are organized. You can go back and look at, it's just right there for us to just grab by the throat and make ours. So I'm super excited to be here with you all. And what I'd like to do now, okay, and I'll call you guys out when I do. You can just unmute yourselves. But I would love for you to just come on, and I want you to just tell us your name, tell us where you're from. And I want to hear not why you joined the program, right, but your why, right? And if you're not sure about what that really is, perfect. We've accomplished something today already, all right? And if you do know what it is, I want you to get used to saying it out loud and owning it. All right. So first we'll start out with you, D. Go ahead, unmute yourself. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what your why is for joining the academy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dee Brito. My husband, who's also on this call, his name is Ho'olulu Brito. He's down there on my screen. He's working right now, his full-time job. So we live in Maui, Hawaii. Been here my whole life, born and raised on Maui. And the why for us, we're doing this as a couple, obviously, is I currently am not employed with the whole shutdown. You know, Hawaii is a tourism industry, and our tourism industry was completely shut down. So it's taking a lot for it to come back. And that was the field I was in. And previous to that was a financial field. So for me, is just so that I don't have to go back into that field. And for my husband, mainly, is so he can retire from his full-time job. And we are enjoying the process, learning a lot. Of course, we have no experience. I have no experience in messenger sequences or anything like that. My husband, there he is. Hi, hon. My husband is more of the techie person, and I'm more of the relationship talking person. So Marcus, if you don't mind, if we can have him continue on, my other half.
Yes, please. Go ahead, unmute yourself, and same thing. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and I'm sure your whys are connected, but yeah, please take it away.
Hey, Marcus. Hey, everybody. My name's Ho'olulu, and we've kind of been dabbling in a lot of different online ventures over in the past, but really nothing's kind of stuck. And what we've kind of decided is we're just now's the time for us, and we're just committed to making those things happen. A lot of it has had to do with the marketing aspect, and I think that's why we've kind of focused on that. You know, we can build websites and we can, you know, do all the other stuff, but really the marketing has been somewhat of a challenge for us. So that's what we're kind of looking at, really interested in the whole messenger marketing thing. And then just seeing some of the opportunities and things that you don't think of, you know, thinking outside the box. So I was just talking with my wife yesterday about having to change your mindset to be able to really think outside the box on what's really possible. So that's kind of what we've been focusing on, changing that mindset and just being committed to just doing what we need to do and just taking action every day.
I love it. I love it so much. I'm going to go in order from what I see on my grid here. So let's go up to Tammy. Tammy, come on down. tell us, tell us about yourself, where you're from, and your why.
Okay, I'm from Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, right outside of Detroit. I'm currently in Detroit, Michigan, or actually right outside of it. But my goal is to be back in Southern California and Huntington Beach. My why is because I want to live the freedom lifestyle. I'm ready. I'm done with all the corporate crap. I'm done with trying to figure everything out from scratch and not having help. So when I started this whole thing, my goal is to retire my boyfriend in California and to be able to buy a house in California. Because here in Michigan, I could do it, but I can't do it in California. So my why is so much stronger than it's ever been, because I want to prove to not only myself, but to my boyfriend that this is doable and that I can work from anywhere and just really make this happen. So I'm so excited to be here. And the marketing piece has always been my roadblock. So I signed up for Kartra today. I've already got Zapier, and my goal before the end of the weekend is to have all that working.
I love it. I love it. And like, we all have these things, and it's funny because everybody hears it and you start to see yourself in these other people, and then you start to realize that you're not so alone. Also, actually, it's funny that you mentioned about Kartra, because I was just talking to Travis, and I haven't previously used Kartra. I'm a ClickFunnels guy, right? I was a part of like the original like One Funnel Away group, and actually a book on my desk, a ClickFunnels book, is what caught Travis's attention and got him to start having a conversation with me. But I am going to make sure that I'm experiencing everything you all are experiencing. So I am leaving HubSpot and I am going to Pipedrive. I was on the free HubSpot. I didn't even have the paid one. So now I'm going to pay to experience exactly what you all experience. I am leaving ClickFunnels and I am going to Kartra to ensure that the experience that you all have, I'm getting that same feel. So that way I can kind of help you overcome, even though it's really not going to change much, because it's still going to consist of this. Do you know what to do or do you not? Awesome. If you do know, are you willing to do what it takes to overcome the obstacles? It's literally that simple, right? It sounds too easy to even be true, but that's all it is, because we're all here to help you, not to mention the coaches and the other groups that you're a part of. So awesome. Alejandro, take it away.
Hey guys, how you guys doing today?
Doing good, man.
You guys can hear me, right?
Good to see you.
You guys can hear me, right? Okay.
Yep.
My name is Alejandro. I am from San Diego, and the reason why I'm doing this is because the past 10 years, I've been living with roommates after roommates after roommates. So I just want to experience living by myself, my own place, my own apartment, and that is pretty much the reason why I want to do this. I'm just tired of living with a lot of really great people, but it's just every once in a while you just want to have your own space to concentrate on your own things and do what you want to do. But then late at night, I just hear them, they're always walking around doing some other things, and I'm just like tired of that lifestyle. I want to pretty much start living my own, and this is the main reason why I'm doing it. So yeah, that's it.
No, thank you so much for sharing, Alejandro. Again, I think, so many of us, and those of you that have not had your one-on-one calls with me, I'm going to put the link here in just a second inside the comments, and you can go on ahead and schedule. But so many of us have talked about this inside of the one-on-one calls, to where the thing that what you're speaking about, Alejandro, it's no real number, right? It's not like I need this much, or it's you wanting to create the lifestyle that you want to live on your own terms, doing what you want, when you want, who you want, and not have to worry about how that comes to fruition. So no, totally understand, man. All right, let's go down next. Let's go to Matt. What's going on? Come on down.
Hey guys. Hey Marcus, how's it going?
Great to see you, man.
Yes, good to see you. Absolutely. Matt Hempel here from right outside of Raleigh, North Carolina. And it's somewhat of a dreary day here, but it's all nice and sunny and warm inside this this chat room that we got here. So why did I get signed up for this? And probably not too dissimilar from Dee and Hululu. I've dabbled in some things. I've had some successes and fallen on my face a fair amount. And I just have to say that the lead up and the training and the accelerator program and so forth, and the type of training that Travis was offering, and sort of the direct nature of his, stop messing around and just go do it, just go figure it out. It really resonated with me. And so, that's one of the main reasons why I'm here. In terms of a why, I'm in a good spot. I just want to. So this whole COVID thing has really changed my thinking about sort of my place in the world and what I have to offer and what I have to contribute. Typically, I've been a very reclusive, introverted sort of person, and but I think with this, there's a marriage of being able to help businesses out there that may in fact be struggling, and offering them a gift and a way out and a way through to the online space, while really making some nice income doing it. I did, Marcus, as a matter of fact, get very specific in, following our call in terms of, the portions of income from the different sources that we talked about and so forth. So I have that nailed down pretty well. So anyways, that's me. It's good to be in the group with everybody. It's good to see everybody.
Love it. Thank you so much for sharing, Matt. Clinton, let's go to you next, man. Want to hear that accent.
Hey guys, Clinton Richardson from South Africa. So my main goal is to look after myself and my mother, and not be dependent on a job anymore. the economy in South Africa, and I suppose around the world, is so bad. The job market is low. So I want to be more independent and be my own boss. And then I don't have to worry about reporting to anybody but me. So my main goal will be, obviously, my main focus is to provide for myself and my mother into the future. By doing this, I see a pathway for me. The first one would be to the getting clients portion of the business. Like Matt, I'm a bit of an introvert as well, so getting out there is going to be the challenge. Put that other hat on, force myself to get out there.
I love it, Clint. Thank you so much for sharing, man. And I think we can all identify with it. I can't remember who I was speaking with on a call. It was earlier this morning. It was a Celinda. Now she's not in this right now, but she joined a little bit later, and she's on our team. And it was kind of the same thing. Man, I've never spoken to anybody about, selling anything, and I don't want to feel like a sleazy salesman. And it's just always going to keep coming back to, the more you exercise that skill, the stronger that skill comes. I'll kind of give you guys something, and this will probably really resonate with you guys. When I first started my businesses, I didn't want to be the same way. I didn't want to be the sleazy salesman. And my whole thought process was, when people come in, I'm just going to, I don't want to focus on the price of what it costs. I want to give people a great product, and I want them to experience. But what I didn't understand at that time was that not only is it my job to have an amazing product and deliver an outstanding service that far exceeds what they expected, right? Because that's how you retain customers. But it's my responsibility to provide this service to people because they need it. Not only do they need it, they want to pay for it. It's that simple. Anyone who's haggling you on price and trying to, hey, they either don't understand the value. So is that my fault for not fully explaining it to them? Or they're not your perfect customer. Keep it moving. Tammy already started reaching out to people. She's like, well, some people, haven't responded. And how often should I keep it moving? Go find a list of 20 of their competitors and go message all those people and email all those people. And when we set up your VA, you'll be making calls to all the people that are in their space. So it'll be their choice. Then once they see you and you come back and say, hey, I've done this for so-and-so and so. So, it's something that as I got comfortable with and I did more sales calls. I mean, I had times, guys, I remember I would literally have a sales call booked, right? And I would have so much anxiety, because I was afraid. I was like, man, this person is on a call because they want to pay. They know that I have a service that they want. And I have so much anxiety, and again, this is the thing. It doesn't matter how you look or how confident you seem. If you saw me out in the club or something like that, I'm probably going to have a little bit of a different confidence and, a different aura about me. But I wasn't comfortable. And I was speaking about this morning also, I changed my mindset in business, when it came to sales, because I did great in business. But when it came to sales, I changed my mindset. And I started saying, just like in sports, if I am uncomfortable, I'm not going to be like, man, I don't want to go to the gym. I'm going to force myself to go, right? Because I need to do the opposite of what my brain is meant to protect me. You know what I'm saying? It's a defense mechanism. Same thing. The minute I saw someone and was like, man, their business would be a good fit for this. They need this. And I would be like, maybe I'll just message them later. I'll be like, no, I will do it right now. As a matter of fact, I'm not just going to message them on Messenger. I'm going to email them. I'm going to find their number and I'm going to leave a voicemail. Then I'm going to go comment on their Instagram and their Facebook page 3 times. So that way they have no fucking choice but to see me and know this guy is hounding us. What do you want, man? Well, glad that you asked because, and then, just go about my business. So, all right, a little bit of a rant there, but I just feel you guys so much because as you're coming into this, you're like, man, is this the right? Yes, it is the right thing. Trust me, you are in the right place and we're going to help you get there. Chip, come on down, man.
Hey guys. Hey, how you doing? My name's Chip. I am here in sunny Southern California, Dana Point, California, not far from Huntington Beach, Tammy. Come on down and see us. I've been a corporate marketer for 25 years. I've been a copywriter, an editor, and COVID changed my mind too, like Matt. The company sent us home. I've been with the same company for 18 years. Company sent us home last March, and I realized I don't ever want to commute again. I don't ever want to get on the freeway and commute to a gray cloth covered cubicle ever again. How do I get out of this? How do I get free from this corporate addiction to a monthly, a biweekly paycheck that I have? And so I started doing some things as much as I could, reaching out to local businesses, because I'm here right in the area. And I figured I'd try to do everything. I could do SEO. I've built websites. I've written blog posts. I've done it all, but nothing that would stick, nothing that would really build. And nobody's willing to pay me for my 25 years of experience. They want to pay me for what I can do for them, what kind of results I can produce for them. They don't care about my experience. And I realized that. And I realized that everything I was trying to do, I had to be there to do it. I had to be there every day to build the website. And once I built the website, I got paid. I was done. I had to be there. I needed something. So over the holidays, I read a book called Get Rich in the Deep End by a guy named Brent Weaver. And basically boiling it down, he says, you got to find one niche and one product, one service, focus on that, get good at it and get known for it, and go for that, and make it the kind of thing that you can not have to be there to do it. It's so otherwise you're changing your time for money, exchanging your time for money, just getting paid by the hour, basically. Don't do that. And so right around the time I was kind of looking for, what am I going to do? What's going to be that one thing? Because I'm not going back to the cubicle. I'm not going back to the freeway. And I've been a Groove member for a really long time. Got onto Travis's webinar. And I think this could be it. I think this could be the thing that I could learn how to do, that I could do really well. I could go after one niche, offer this one service, and be really well known for it. And that's what I'm going to try to do, to get to a point where I never have to go back to the freeway again. That's my why. I never want to go back to a 40-minute commute. I never want to sit in a cloth-covered cubicle and have somebody tell me when I can go to lunch. I never, ever want to do that again. So I'm here to learn.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that, Chip. So in the comments, I had posted that basically, I'm just throwing Chip out there. If you guys are smart, you try to set up a pod with Chip. And this is what I mean. A pod is it's just like a side group. It might be two of you. It might be, it's normally more than two, right? It's like, 3 or more people that are in like an individual yet connected group, right? We do them a lot on Instagram for influencing. We'll have pods with, 30, 40, 50 people. And every time that you make a post, like everyone in the group will go and interact with your post. So it boosts you in the algorithm pretty much. And then the same thing by you being a part of that pod. Here's the thing about pods. Pods are they're equal push and pull, right? So being a part of a pod, right? I'm using the Instagram example, is that I'm telling people that I've posted, hey, help me come do a little bit better inside of this thing, the algorithm. That's all Instagram is. And then trying to think of the word, but what I'm agreeing to do, you guys know what I'm saying. What I agree to do is that when you post, I'm going to do the same. And I'm agreeing to do that for all the people in this group, right? So if you're going to establish a pod, right, what you would like to do is make sure that you're giving to the pod as much as you potentially can, right? So Chip clearly has experience in marketing and sales conversations. He's going to be very comfortable talking. He spoke about copy. Some of you have strengths in certain places. Some of you are going to figure out things very quick. You're going to hear someone say something, and you're going to be like, oh, I figured that out. And then you're going to start to become the go-to for that. And what you're going to be able to do is have that give and take with the rest of the group. So this is what we talked about not getting, when you do courses and you're off on your own, I can choose to reach out to people, but most times I don't even know who the other people are that are a part of the thing I'm doing. Well, in this case, you have that huge advantage. So it's like a part of what you opted in for when you chose to get this program, which was at a premium, right? Because you're getting some premium access. These calls that you have with me, like the access to the group, the access to each other, leverage that, use that, right? See what you can learn. Again, there's a really good book that I recommend. It's called The Four Agreements. And The Four Agreements, if you haven't read that book, this is not a business oriented book, right? I'm going to drop a lot of books on you guys though. It's not a business oriented book, but any of you guys that are struggling with just about anything, man, it's going to speak to you about the different energies that you have and how you can deal with them. One of the biggest lessons that I learned from it was either, again, I kind of mentioned it before, either there's something that I can do about a problem or there's something that I can't do. And if there's nothing that I can do, why am I wasting my energy on this, right? Now, if there's something that I can do, there is some way to make it happen, then am I willing to put in that effort? Now I have to have another conversation. Is it yes or no? So it's a great book. I highly recommend. Another book that I recommend is called Raving Fans. If you have not read Raving Fans, it's a one dump read. It's not very long. it's not super in depth. It is a fictional yet very real story on customer service. And the title comes from the thought process of, if you guys go through this course and you were to say, and someone was to say, hey, what'd you think about that course that you did with Travis? And you were to say, it was pretty good. No, it was not good at all. We don't want that, right? The coaches in this program are examples of, I can't remember who Raving Fans is by. I should know that, but I can't remember, but it's fantastic. The coaches in this group are Raving Fans. Literally, we've all been through it. We've experienced it and we have nothing but amazing things to say about it. That's what you want all of your clients to be. Now, it's not going to happen all the time, but that's what we're looking to create. So the book is about creating Raving Fans. It's fantastic. It'll get you into the thought process of how can I not only deliver, but how can I plus 1% everything that I do, including how you prepare and what you allow yourself to do, inside of the program. So let's do some house cleaning real quick. Okay. So first off, Pro Academy access. Does everyone have access inside your Kartra portal? Is anyone having any issues? All right. Give me a thumbs up if you're good. You've got access to it. Clinton, you got access to it? Okay. All right, cool. Awesome. All right. If you guys have any problems with that, you know how to submit a ticket, but if you submit a ticket and you don't hear anything back in a short time period, just hit me up, let me know, tag me in the group or DM me individually. Okay. So let's start going over some lesson reviews. So in our first, we had our pre-content one. All right. And then we had some homework in our second pre-content. All right. So what you should have already done from that was your SOPs, your standard operating procedure. All right. Which is fantastic because it's going to give you a structure to follow. First, I do this, then I do this, then I do that. Now, the amazing thing about standard operating procedures, and any of you that have been in corporate structures, you know how vital this is, right? I got brought on to one of the consulting deals I'm on right now is actually running project management for some very large initiatives inside of an esports company. Now, when they brought me in, I was like, okay, awesome, cool. You guys have any SOPs? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay. Do you guys have any outlines of creating them? And they're like, no. And this was a company that just grew exponentially. So the first thing was coming in and creating procedures on how the different departments work, how we go about every single initiative, from sharing tasks intra-team to what steps are taken when you're onboarding sponsors, new clients, everything. All right. So this is extremely important. If you have not done that, go back to the second week of pre-content. It's very easy for you to see inside of the portal. Make sure you knock that out. Second thing is our strategic action plan. So remember, our strategic action plan, it's our full outline of what exactly you are going to do to get a client to reach a specific goal. Right? If you're unclear on any of these, not sure where, go back through the content. I can't remember who I was speaking to about this, but when I go through this stuff, I've noticed I have a tendency in courses to miss very important chunks because I'm a massive note taker and I'm just like taking notes. So I now literally, go through my calendar and I will program in like class time, right? The first time I go through something, I just watch it, right? Then I go back, at the end of that, I'll kind of, anything that jumped out to me or questions that I have, I'll write those down, but I won't actually take notes. Then I'll go back through again. I'll take my more in-depth notes because it's like my second time hearing it. And then I will schedule to take action right then. Now, some of you may not be able to, right? Some of you have other things going on time, but as soon as you finish a lesson, whatever that task is, do not wait. Hear me loud, guys. Do not wait. Take that action right then. This is where you will see the largest amount of growth. When I first paid, like for my first high ticket course, I was like, fuck, man, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So I was not going to waste it. So I said, all right, something that's held me back in the past is not really taking action. I kind of go at my own pace. Okay. This time I just did everything. And ever since then, anytime I've gotten into something, doing it right then, I've just blown it out of the water. So that would be like one of my biggest tips. You're going to feel like a gag reflex, like, do it. If you feel uncomfortable, lean in, right? That's what I was talking about this morning. You're initially going to want to, I was explaining, I would do things like, all right, literally it's in my calendar, right? I'm looking at it. It says it's time to do this, to build this, to work on this. And I'll be like, these floors are dirty. You know what? I'm going to clean these floors real quick. And I'm just finding ways because I'm uncomfortable. I'm nervous. And this is why we're coaches, because we know exactly what it's like. Lean into it. You feel that discomfort, go right after it. So if you guys haven't gone through these tasks, just go back, make sure that you knock them out, because this is what you do not want. You do not want to be like, oh, I'll just do this week and next week together. Oh, put it in your calendars, guys. What days are you going through the coursework? What days are you going to execute the actual coursework? Put it on a calendar, okay? What was the stuff for week one? For week one, we had, so we're good there with affiliate access. For week one, we had the actual affiliate marketing. Now the thing about the affiliate marketing is that is a more of a long game. But I will go back and with a few of you, I spoke about this on our one-on-one call. And again, if you have not scheduled, I put the link in there. I can't see somebody, Tammy, you asked if that was it. I can't see it because it didn't load, but I will let you know right when we get off this. So thank you for posting that. I lost my train of thought. Dang it. What was I saying? Anybody remember what I was saying?
Affiliate. You're talking about affiliate portion.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. It is more of a long game, but I will say this. You need to be working on it every single week. You need to find the affiliates that you think are best for you, and start preparing those steps, because like a lot of times we find ourselves in a position like you guys are here right now because we didn't start something like this 3 or 5 years ago. So us planting that seed and you starting to exercise that muscle of searching for the right affiliates, going through the application process, creating all those processes that go with it, that may not instantly get you results right now, but you've planted that seed and it's the gift that'll keep on giving once you figure out how to make it work for you. Okay. So we went through pre-week 1, pre-week 2, we went through week 1. Okay. So a little bit of, actually, before we get into that homework, actually, let me pull this up. In some of our conversations, we went over this. So I'm just going to screen share this with you guys. I'm cleaning this spreadsheet up because I haven't updated it. This is actually the template. So it's changed a lot since then. But this is an example of what I call the make shit happen spreadsheet. So I'm going to give you guys this, and maybe you like it, maybe you don't. When I share it with you, what you're going to want to do is click on file and then make a copy, right? And just save it to your drive. Now, we got a couple of things. I'll go through it tab by tab. So first off, there's an affirmations tab. I speak about so much about the power of meditation, the power of speaking things into existence. I'm not this like, oh, you've got to do everything. I'm not, but I'm just telling you that when you start hearing some of the richest men and women in the world, women and men in the world, and you start seeing some of the most successful people, they are all saying these things. I'm just regurgitating it to y'all. I didn't make it up, okay? There is something to be said about speaking out loud the things that you are out to accomplish and having no shame about it. So these things, I would literally just come in, and you can do this in a journal. I do have a journal of this also, but like I make a digital form because sometimes it just works for me as well. So you can do this in a journal with your affirmations. And there's a little bit more research that shows the actual physical writing is that there's something to that as well. So take it for what you may. This is just a template for you, right? I'm saying these things out loud. My high level coaching is the best style. I've retired my dad and bought him his Regal with the T-tops. I know what color it is. I know what the wheels look like, right? I'm not just saying it, I'm envisioning it, okay? I own a large estate in the country and on the beach. 6 billion people know who I am, 20 million in yearly sales, and I'm working to 10X it. These are things I don't even know how long it'll take me to get here, but I know that this is what I'm working towards, and I'm not afraid to say it. And actually, Travis speaks about reaching attainable goals. There's another really good book called The 10X Rule. Now that it's coming to me, that's by Grant Cardone. Some people like him, some people hate him, but he's living life on his own terms. So take that as you may. Fantastic book about pretty much if you think that you want to get 2 clients, right? Or in our case, you want to reach a 5K goal, and that's 5 1K clients. So you think, okay, I need to reach out to 50 people. Grant Cardone says you need to 10X that number, because a lot of times we shoot the amount of work it takes to reach a goal drastically low. So the 10X rule is about amplifying what it takes. So if I want 6 billion people to know who I am, what do I need to be doing to ensure people know who I am? How many podcasts do I need to be on a week, per month? How many news stations do I need to get on segments on? How many events do I need to find a way to speak at, even if it's for free at first? You understand what I'm saying, guys? I have a team, a publicist, an editor, web design, graphic design, call center, multiple assistants, operations specialists. I'm setting up the system to allow my business to not only prosper, but continue to grow. Okay. So this is, I have the physique of a Greek god. What is having the money if you can't actually get up? And I know guys that they're like, man, I got all the money in the world, I can't walk across the street with my kid. I can't chase my kid if he ran into the streets right now. You know what I mean? So everything, I'm speaking about what I want, and it's not just around the money, right? Next thing is, there's just a place where you can just kind of throw things out, to-dos that I have. I'll normally set it for like this week. And then things that are incomplete, I'll just move the task like over here to this one, so that I know that, hey, that it was, that it wasn't completed. This is a little schedule thing, and I probably wouldn't suggest using it now, because like I just use my digital calendar like on my computer, but it helps. I'm going to get up at this time. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Again, this is just, some of you are going to pull from this. Some of you aren't, you know what I mean? If you don't need something, you can simply just delete a tab, if you use this at all. I don't know what this is. Oh, this was when I was starting to add in some brands that I was working with. We don't need that. Budget stuff, you can throw in stuff for your budget, just kind of mapping some stuff out, do a simple equation where it's going to total up everything that you've got. This is a digital vision board, right? Those things that you saw me write in those affirmations, they are here as well, right? I have, a healthy family life. My vegan podcast is doing fantastic. A world-renowned public speaker. I have the body of a Greek god. This guy's looking fantastic, right? I have health, wealth, love, and fulfillment. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for every day. So all of these things are on here. The Regal with the T-tops, right? So all of these things are on here. Here's my house by the beach. I hadn't found one for my house on the country, but you know what I mean? I'm a best-selling author. I'm just trying to do everything I can to put myself in a position where I can succeed. There's just some other tabs on here for notes for clients. And, if I want to throw some ideas down, this one I never actually used. I was kind of taking my goals and putting them into a pyramid, but I had never done that. I did some leads, some sales tracking, but then I just was like, this is so dumb. And I just switched to software. So partnerships, different resources. There's some stuff on there. Maybe you want to keep it, maybe you don't, but maybe you only use, 2 or 3 of these tabs, but I am going to share this file with you all so you guys can get it. Actually, I'll do this right now, actually. So for those of you, anyone with the link can view, I will put this into, there we go. I'll put it inside here right now. I'll put it in the chat. Ken Blanchard, yep. I'll put that in the chat right there. So again, all you want to do is just hit like make a copy, and you should be able to save it to your drive, and then you can edit it like however you want whenever you do that. All right, let me go back to my task for this because I don't want to hold you guys up too long. Okay, last bits of homework, okay? There were 2 things that we spoke about on our one-on-one quick start calls, okay? That was your goal day, right? Where Travis talks about writing out when you reach your goal, and your goal may just be to recoup the money back from this program, right? When you get your first 4 clients at 1K, or your first 1 client at 2K and 2 clients at 1K, right? Per month. When you're seeing, it's you sending out that invoice, it's you first, seeing the yes, right? And then you sending out that invoice, and then, you seeing that money as pending in your account, and then you going in and you opening up Facebook Messenger and making sure the connections are there, and what you're going to do when you get to that point, right? That's that perfect day, right? That's that goal day. That's your initial goal inside of Chatmatic, okay? Inside of the Pro Academy. Then it's your perfect day, right? And that's that deeper conversation that we had about from you waking up to you laying your head back down on your pillow in the evening. If you had no restrictions, if your business was booming the way that you would want it to be, right? You had all the resources, all the things that I mentioned here on this list, right? What does that look like? Because if you don't know, if you can't describe it to me, how do you expect to earn it, right? You don't even know what color your car is. You don't even know what time you're waking up. You don't even know how many people are on your team in your office that you go to. You got to know, what is it? What is it for you? Maybe you don't have an office. Maybe all you're doing is hopping in your truck and just driving to the next place with the camper, and you don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to see anybody. You just go fishing, you go hunting, but you have the ability to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, right? Whatever that is, I need you guys to get serious about writing those things out, because I promise you this, okay? You are going to hit a wall. You are going to hit a wall. You are going to question whether this was the right choice, right? You are going to have a tough day, week, month. It's going to happen. This goal day, right? And this perfect day, those are things that are going to help you stay on track and remember why you're here, why you're going through these things, why you're dealing with the people that are not supporting you, that are close to you, why you're continuing to schedule calls even though you're getting no's, why you're continuing to overcome feeling frustrated with putting the software together, why. These things are going to help keep you on track. And I promise you this, the more you do of these things, the faster you are going to track yourself to get to reaching them, okay? So I think that's all that I have for you guys. As far as that homework stuff, I want you guys to write it down, okay? And then I'm gonna, it's my job to hold you accountable. I wasn't gonna do this, but I was like, you know what? I know how vital it is, and I know how easy it is to not do it. So our next team huddle, right? I'm gonna ask you to send me either the document, or send me a screenshot. I don't care if you individually message me and send me a picture with, this is my perfect day, and this is just to hold you accountable that you're doing it, okay? That's why Travis has us here, because he knows that 90% of people who join these programs do not take everything that he says to heart and make sure that they are doing the things that it takes to get progress. So that's all I have from my side. I am going to open up right now, right? We got about another 7 minutes or so, 10 minutes at the most. if you have a question, now, I'm not going to tell you guys to not ask me questions about Chatmatic. I'm not going to say that. But I am going to say the questions that you're asking, make sure that you've expended like the energy to find the answer first, right? I'm going to make you guys like go fishing for these things, right? If you just tried it once and it didn't work, do not come and ask me. First, I want you to do like you would want your team to do when you grow it, because you're going to have a Trent one day. You're going to have other people. What do they need to do? Did you read the SOPs? Did you do the research first? Okay, now come to me. I'm here for you, right? So questions that you have, please let me know, especially if you're having obstacles, struggles, or just straight up fears. And if you don't want to talk to me here, then DM me, right? I have a form that I'll probably make for these, that I do plan on making for these. So that way before the call, that you can go into the form and you can submit questions. If you don't feel comfortable letting me know, then I have it like all on a spreadsheet right in front of me. Okay. But does anyone have anything, any questions, any fears? And like I said, if not, feel free to just like, you can DM me directly right now. If you guys click on the button, you guys can choose me and you guys can DM to me, and then no one else will know that it's you. But I just want to open that up right now. So if you just, okay, we got one right now. He said, what was the name of the Spotify playlist that I was looking for? Oh, I thought that I shared it in here toward the top. It's called Lo-Fi Beats. It's one of them that I really like. Hold on. Playlist. Here's the link. I'll drop it in here again. Lo-Fi Beats. This is like a work one. And there's one that I listen to in the evening. It's called Sleep Jazz on Spotify as well. It is fantastic. It's fantastic. Sleep Jazz. Since we're just on that, I use Headspace for both guided meditation and for they have what are called sleep casts, which are like 3 hours long, 4 hours long, and it just plays different types of sounds in the evening if you're somebody that kind of struggles getting to sleep and whatnot. If you do struggle to get to sleep, I highly suggest, throwing on some of the jazz music, doing some, meditation, and then putting on some of the beats that's like gets you into that mode. Because something else with this is, it's great for you to be up late working and all that stuff, like I was last night, but there's a point where you're getting diminishing returns. You know what I mean? You need to be fresh. You need to be eating right. You guys need to be drinking tons of water, getting your asses up and walking outside every few hours. Eating tons of leafy green vegetables and whole foods. That stuff is just important. You guys ask Travis about how he eats and how he takes care of his body. And I know a lot of stuff that he's got going on, and he's able to do it at such a high level because he takes such good care of himself, keeps his mind nice and fresh. So, all right. Any other questions that anyone has? We feeling pretty good? Okay. Oh, go ahead.
What was the name of the book for? What was it?
So one was, the four agreements. I'm probably going to write down these notes actually, so that way other people can get them. The 4 agreements, and Raving Fans. Raving Fans. Awesome. And then these will be available for a replay. I'm going to probably just put them up on my website. That way you guys can just go up and just have one place. It'll be hidden. It'll just be for you guys, where you guys can go there and see them. You can look back at different ones. But yeah, that's all I have for you all today. Oh, wait. I think we got another question. Let me see. It's easier when you're not freezing. Yeah. I love it. All right. Yeah, no, that's all I have for you guys. If you guys need anything, please let me know in the group. I've been known for so long for my fitness personas, and most people never knew what I did inside of business except for people like Travis and big projects that I work on here in Tampa. So I have officially started an Instagram that is only for sharing business tips, business motivation. I'll be sharing books, all that stuff. I actually have a business podcast too, and Travis is on it, and I never released it. I actually, on that podcast, have David Meltzer. David Meltzer and the Brand Doctor were my first 2 guests on that podcast. So you can kind of guess what's happening on that. It's a good show. I need to just put it out. But the Brand Doctor is actually the guy that redid the branding for all of ClickFunnels originally. He joined the master group with Russell. They started connecting. They had a crazy personal connection. they're both like on the phone crying in his onboarding call for the mastermind. And then Russell hired him to come do branding for them. So that's a really cool story. And then David Meltzer, obviously, from like Sports One Management, him and Warren Moon started an agency, and he's kind of taken off since then. But those are two good follows on Instagram, The Brand Doctor and David Meltzer. A lot of good tactics you'll find from them on what they're doing with their content, how they're creating their funnels, what they're doing. The Brand Doctor is fantastic. If you go to his website and look up his YouTube for coloring of your brand and what colors speak what to what types of clients, just fantastic stuff. So I won't rant on anymore because I'm a talker, but I'll see you guys in the group. All right, I'll see you guys. My Instagram. Oh, so my business one, my new one is, and you'll start to see a bunch of content populated this weekend with the Super Bowl stuff. It's ITS. It's Marcus Watts. It's Marcus Watts. I'll be doing a lot of live stuff on there, purely business talk. Again, like I had this fitness and health persona for so long and nobody really knew. Now I'm like, I guess I should start letting this, out to the world a little bit more. So, all right. I will let you all go. Anything you need, please let me know. Thank you guys so much. This was completely kind of last minute, but I just wanted to be here for y'all. So this will be recurring. I will create the actual meeting where you can sign up. That way it's in your calendar. Same time, same channel. Okay, guys? All right. Later. Throw on some exit music.
Thank you so much, Marcus. This was awesome.
Yeah. I'm so glad.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you guys too. We got so much Super Bowl stuff this weekend. It's like, oh my gosh.
I'm going to be doing this.
Yeah. So.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Take it easy.